was your background? Where were you from before the TV, before that? What was Apollo Nida's goals and aspirations?
My goals were set high at a young age. A lot of people don't know I was set to retire, I thought, at 22. When I was 16, that was my ambition.
Wow.
Because the people who was in front of me, like, that's what they were doing. There were guys who really, you know, it was a milestone. Like, they set the level, they set the bar when I was 16 years old. So it's like, I've always been, you know, ambitious. I'm always up early. You know, I don't lay in the bed. I don't care if I have nothing to do. You're never going to find me sleep, laying in the house. Like, that's just not my thing. I'm going to get out. I'm going to read. I'm going to stay. I'm going to figure out something to do.
Okay.
You know, Apollo I come from a very impoverished background. You know, my mom has OD'd on heroin in front of me. I've lived in the streets. I've been homeless. I've been, you know, tossed to and from various people. I didn't start school till the 3rd grade. Like, literally, my first time. I probably went to school in the 1st grade for maybe 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I didn't go back, you know, and it wasn't until, like, I was living on the streets. It wasn't until my great aunt picked me up. I think I was probably about 10 years old, maybe 11. She just happened to see me out in the streets and took me in. And I come from a very racist background. I'm mixed German and black. And so the Caucasian, Anglo-European side of my family is very racist. And so, you know, growing up, you hear the N-word, and, you know, you have low self-esteem. But for me, I've always just, it's like repellent. And people always ask me, you know, how do you do it? Like, just like what's going on right now with my current situation, how do you still smile? How do you still keep going? Because it's not real. I try to believe that it's not real. I have my own fantasy in my head that really lets me just wonder and imagine, and whatever comes my way, it allows it to just, you know, dissipate. And that's how I've always made it. You know, I've tried
just living day by day and getting it through one day to the next.
And it's one thing about, you know, when I was down the first time, I studied 3 religions, and I learned a lot through Buddhism. It's basically teaches you mind mood differentiation, and what it is, you know, the heart is basically not real substance, and the mind it's solid. You know, so you have to basically utilize your mind in all aspects, not your emotions, not the feelings. So when you utilize feelings, it's basically a false pretense. Okay. And that's just how I perceive everything, and I try to just to stay focused and stay grounded on a higher power, and know that there's a God, and know that something else, you know,
is guiding your path,
guiding me, and you know, garners my whole existence. So when people say, well, you have to be affected from, you know, your past or this, that, and the third, psychologically, you know, that's why we have psychiatrists, because they will write a script and say, you know, you are affected. But I want to believe otherwise. It's like, what is that? The zodiac. Your zodiac puts you in a realm of being. It says, this is today's zodiac, whatever, you know, the
stars,
the cosmos, you know, so whatever the cosmos lies, and then here it is, this is who you are today. Why? Why
is that true?
Why does it have to be me?
Okay.
So let's just take, for example, you know, I'm a Scorpio, and it says that we're, you know, sometimes we're vindictive, or sometimes we hold grudges, or this, that. Well, that's malice. You know, that's not really positive. Why do I have to be that way? So I try to go totally against that. So I don't want to believe that, you know, my upbringing will make me do. Psychologically, they say that it does. It makes you who you are. But why can't I pull out the positive out of it? That's all I'm saying.
I think you will, though.
You know, that's what everybody should do.
I mean, you're a smart guy. You have a lot to say, and again, just like you said on the show, I don't think that's been shown. You know what I mean? So I wanted to do this interview personally. I just wanted to get, you know, a little insight of who is Apollo outside of all of the drama, outside of all the negativity, outside of all the, you know, the rumors and everything, and just, you know, talk to Apollo and see what Apollo likes and wants to say. So,
I mean, it's a blessing. I'm glad you did call, because a lot of people, they don't see this side. You know, I went to New York to talk to some of the higher execs with the show. They didn't even know I could talk. So, you know, you have these people who are like, you know, sometimes blown away, just like the show that we did with, you know, the fellas and everything.
I think that was a good thing to do.
Yeah,
you know,
it was cool.
so.
I mean, I was very, you know, verbal, and everyone has an opinion. Like, it doesn't matter if it's the right opinion or the wrong opinion. You still can voice your opinion. You know, that's what people fail to realize. Like,